The first game for Indiecember today is called Lost Twins 2. It's created by Playdo, the developer, and it's published by Playdo. It is a puzzle platformer, and it looks really cool. The art style is very, very good to me. Like, I think it's really unique looking. It's really interesting. Look at this. And the characters change as you go through different environments and go through different puzzle components. Yeah, it's really cool looking. This is on your wish list, is it? Well, we should be talking to the devs later. I love that it's 2.5D, so you have a 2D character in a 3D environment, but they still have a 3D shadow underneath them. Yeah, the aesthetic is really nice already. Oh. It's almost got like a Narnia Studio Ghibli feel at the same time right now. That's pretty. That's really pretty. Chevron 7 locked. Yeah, hell yeah. Stargate, dude. We're just doing SG-1 in a children's storybook. Ah. Now it gets interesting. So now we've gotten that character, and now we have to do it with the other character. The interesting part is it had 2 controllers, so you can actually play this with 2 people, if you want to, or play it solo. And you have to connect to the environments. That's neat. That like, map building mechanic is really interesting. Like, really interesting. Yeah, I want to talk to the devs about that, about why they chose to go in that direction for it. What gave them the idea for this, you know? Alright, so we can get 3 feathers from this next level as well. And it looks like they are solvable in different ways. So the intention is to get all 3. Yeah. 10 chevrons remain. Yeah, exactly. Honestly, it's quite pretty, though. And it's a very interesting puzzle style. Alright, so we start with this character. There's a barrier out the wall here. We can't connect that. But we can connect this. And then we can move the character forward. And then we'll have to do it again. There we go. I love that, dude. That system is really, really interesting. Reminds you of a board game in Germany in the 90s. Really? What an interesting mechanic, though. Like, legitimately so? I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Yeah, it is really cool. It's cool and it makes sense. Like, it's tactically, it makes, or visually it makes sense to you when you're doing it. It's a platform puzzle mixed with a sliding box puzzle. Yes. Yeah. I also love that nothing is explained yet in terms of text on the screen. There's no vocalization, there's no text. There's just, here's the mechanic, look how easy it is to learn. And basic controls. That's it. Okay. That won't hook. So if we do this... There we go. Swap to this character. I don't know what this does. Yeah, it's a really interesting mechanic. Nope. There we go. Okay, so that's 1. But we should get the other one, too. 2. And I should be able to pull the box. Can we put the box through the doorway? We can. I like that. That's really interesting, actually. Music reminds you of Spiritfarer. Me too. Yeah. And that's a very good thing, to be honest with you. Okay, now we can swap to the other character. Put it like that. And swap it back. There we go. Yeah, no, that's awesome, dude. What's in the box? Puzzles. It's full of puzzles. No, I dig this, dude. I think this is really awesome. I don't know why, but I'm getting Little Nemo vibes. It's probably the art style and the feel. And you mean like Little Nemo in Slumberland, right? Like the original Little Nemo. My head is not in the box. No. Can you pet the bird? I don't think so. I haven't had the option to pet the bird yet. Okay. So we can have him fall through. Wait, what happens if they're both in the same room? That might not be the best idea. We have to fall through the floor. This one I'm going to do first. So we can play him and then climb up this. So I think I want to go into this room. That won't be enough. We have to land in the other one. We have to land like that, which means I have to put this here. There we go. And then we can go over this side. There we go. And then we can do... like that, and then we can make that fall. Get them on that side. I think that actually puts us on the wrong side. Should have paid attention. There we go. Nah, it's on the right side. Whoop. Got all three. Yeah, Lost Twins 2. It's actually really, really interesting puzzle mechanic. And I'm eating noodles at the same time. Honestly, I think the thing that gets me most about this, man, is just the puzzle mechanic is something that feels unique and fresh. But it's also very simple and easy to understand, you know? Do you have a link that you get credit if we buy the game? No. No, no, no. The whole point of Indiecember is we make corporate entities pay, so that indies get shut off for free. I am not getting paid by anything but you guys watching ads and throwing bits and subs. Unless there's a corporate one on, and then we mark that as a corporate thing. Yeah. Can she climb this, actually? Hold up. No, can't climb that. So this can connect over, but then we can't get the feather. But I can have him escape this. He's got a yo-yo, that's funny. Yeah, the whole intention of Indiecember, dude, is to help indies showcase their stuff. Because financial burden of doing that is so enormous. Oh, actually, I think I'll have him go up there, and then we can fall down. Yeah, okay, hold up. I'm gonna do that. We'll go back over this way. And then, do that. And then do that. What is this? What is this? Oh, okay. So we have a time-based thing. You have to sit on the platform. But how would he escape? If we wanted to move that out, there's another one up there. Okay. So if we move... We have to move the box. over to the side. So first we have to get her over there, which means we have to do this. Can we stand on top of this? Hell yeah. Alright. That's cool. That's a cool mechanic. Okay, now we've got it in this pit. So if we add that there, it'll fall down. And then we can do... Yeah. And then I can grab this. Wait, can I jump high enough for that? Nope! Should have landed on it. Should voice act some books. That would be fun. I voice acted one thing ever. And it was for some of my friends, which was fun. Got it? And now we can hook this one to that. And now he can leave. Let's see here. I want him to actually go on this side. Just like that. And then we can hook this to that. Oh! I barely missed it. Ah, got it. Nice. Alright. Alright. Now we gotta go back over here. How is Rick's spec? Probably checking out his six-pack. You know? Yeah, it's a puzzle game. I love it. It's a fun one, too, because it's got a mechanic I've never seen before. Which is rebuilding the environment. Like this. Which is very, very interesting, to be honest with you. It's incredibly well done. Doig Swift and Duper. It was Doig Swift. Yeah, it was Doig Swift. Not Duper. Yeah, it's a really creative way to do this, dude. I'm actually super impressed. The puzzle mechanics in this are really, really interesting. Chevron 5 activated. Yeah. Okay, what is the yellow one? I like the art style, I like the audio. The mechanic is brilliant. Like, all of this is good, dude. Okay, so we have a yellow one and a blue one. So if he stands on this, that'll activate that one. And that one. Move her up here. That would activate this. I don't think we really care about that right now. Let's see. The blue is also... that fall through there, it looks like? So we can do this, get her over here. And then she can grab that box, but what can we do with it? The box looks like it could fall into that little trap there, but I don't know why. But it looks like that's the only place you can push the box. There's no other combination that we can do with that. It's kind of weird, right? Oh, you know what I could do? I could take the box, push it up onto that lip there, and then push it back over. We'll do that. Music gives you Valheim vibes? Yeah, it is very much Valheim. I agree with that. Oh, this is weird, right? Why is that a no? Oh, red only connects with red. Interesting. So we'd have to connect green like that. Alright. Alright. We gotta push this back over here. There we go. So now that'll be open at all times. We can take this kid and bring him over here. So now yellow is always open. We could do this to get that feather there. No, I dig this, dude. You see the Iron Mouse cover of Expedition 33 song? I did. Yeah, no, she's amazing, dude. Nice. Hook that to there. Let me make sure I got everything. I did. Nice. Alrighty. This is already on your wish list? Nice, dude. Yeah, I really dig this, man. I think what they're doing is very interesting. It's interesting. It's artistically beautiful. They're evolving on the concept really well. I'm very interested in seeing, like, how far they took this. Yeah, the animations are incredibly smooth. Like, incredibly, incredibly smooth. Yeah, Mahoodles, you already had it on your wish list before this? Hell yeah. What do we do with this? Connect those like that. There we go. Oh, actually. So we can both escape from it. Oh. Or maybe not. Maybe not. That would bring the blue one down. There's no other connector for this, so that has to stay connected there. If we want to get to red, we would need to fall into it, it seems. So I think I can do that. Alright. I guess we could do... Oh, no. So we have to make the box go up with the other character. How do we get to the yellow? The art style is very interesting, yeah. This character's trapped in here. But we have to get him out somehow. We only have one character to do it with. Blue is all the way down there. If I connect this to there, we could also connect it like this and make that go all the way up and out. That'll work. Make that go up and out, and then, because it's up and out now, do this. And now we can push this away because that is trapped in the upper room. The art style is very pretty, yes. It's honestly incredible. And then we could do... like this. Can we ride that up? Do I want to ride this, or do I want to put the block... I'm trying to think if I want to put the block on the blue pedestal. And I think the answer is yes. Yeah, I think that makes sense. We could have played, yeah, Kronos and I could have played this together, but there's not enough chance for sabotage. That's true. If we played it together, I wouldn't be able to sabotage Kronos in some way, which I think is a shame, personally. Oh. That does make things a little difficult. There we go. Sabotage where? Never heard of it. Ah, I know how we get this. Alright. We make you fall through this. And then grab that to go back up there. And then do this. Actually, we have to connect it over there. Don't crush him. And now... there we go. Give to me the item. Alright, got all three. Whoop. Getting Nemo vibes from this game? Little Nemo in Slumberland? I could see that. Someone was saying that earlier. It feels like Nemo in Slumberland just based on kind of the setting and the art style, if that makes sense. Everything's just really clean and pretty in this. What is that? Oh, okay. We need to get to that one. Let me do this first. Oh, actually, better idea. What? There we go. Oh no, wait. No! Please! It's so close, dude. It won't let me push it up the lip. I've been rused. Alright, fine. Keep your secrets. The devs knew. They rused me, dude. It's fine. I'll push it over this way. Yeah, we're collecting feathers for the phoenix, yes. Aha! Interesting. We need the red platform now. That character's gotten rid of the yellow. The yellow wall was there, so that means we can go to that. So what I'll do is I'll go here. I'll go like this. And now the yellow platform is gone, and we can take him and put him in here. Perfect. And now we can take her. Actually, how do we get her over there? She can't go up that. We have to take the block back. Push the block all the way back over. If two controllers are used, who gets to control map changes? I don't know. I'm not sure. We can actually ask about that, to be honest, because I don't have two controllers, so I can't really test it, if that makes sense. Wonder if it's split screen? It might be. Oh, wait. Where was that yellow switch? Oh, god damn it. Forgot about this. Reminds me of Little Big Planet. Now that's interesting. That's not what I expected. Yeah, definitely doesn't remind me of Little Big Planet. What happens when we get them all, chat? What happens? Okay, so we can connect green over on that side. Blue on this one doesn't do anything for us because she can't reach. If we do red, that can get him in that room. Got it. And then we can do... Can he push that ball up the hill? I don't know if he can. Let's find out. Sisyphus moment. By God, he can do it. Hell yeah. All right. What is that dome? Are we gonna break that dome? Breaking that dome. Sick. Wow. There we go. All right. Actually, what happens if we... I had to find out. What? I had to know. He's got a very powerful neck, you know? It's fine. Alright, there we go. We have all three of the feathers now, we have to escape. Let's see here. Get him into the same room. Get this one like that. And we can escape. I really like the extra mechanic of exploding glass dome. Destructible environment is very interesting. It's not weird, I just had to check. I just had to check. Yeah, we're creating a phoenix, dude. Chevron 9 encoded. We got 2 left. Yeah, we're gathering Phoenix down. So we cannot use it during cutscenes. That's the best time to not use Phoenix down. When someone dies in a cutscene, so they die for real? Yeah. That's the time. Okay. Boop. Trying to think if I want to drop this down there. I guess that would give me access to that. Yeah, we could roll the barrels all the way, or roll the ball all the way over. Off we go. Reading the Room, the video game. This child is in the way. How do we get up in there? Push that through that. Through this one. Actually, we'll have to be on this side. Got that there. And then we have to somehow make it to the other side of this. I think the only way we can really do that is by going through the platforming below. Because there's no other connectivity to that. So we'll have to connect it over. Actually, no, we can't take the Phoenix one. There's another platform up there. I wonder if I can jump on the ball. Wait, can the siblings jump on each other's heads? I don't know if they can. Of course they can. Why are you like this? Let me see if they can. No, you can't platform on the other sibling. Alright. So that means I can't jump up to this one. That won't work. So we'll need to... So if I can't jump up on that, I can't jump up on the other lower one. So how do we get up to that? Do we have to do a rock on top of a rock? I think it's the only way that I can think of to do that. Unless there's some mechanic that I'm missing. You know? Because there doesn't seem to be a way to go back up. That doesn't seem stable? No, it's not stable. We could fall, yeah, but that's only going to put me up there, but I can't go through the left side of this, right? Like, this is a barricade, so I'd have to go into there. Trying to see how I can actually solve that. Because there's no way to do it. Because we can't reach up there. But it looks like there's no ceiling in that room. We can't connect that room to itself. You gotta think with portals, exactly. I'm trying to think of how we can connect to that room. I think it has to be this. There we go. So that's what we'll do. We'll connect it to that. Easy peasy. We have to think with portals, chat. Witnessing. I will witness. Oh wait, wrong one. There we go. It's really interesting seeing that you can just like change the environments around like this. I really dig it, man. Oop, I actually really like this, by the way. It's just a nice mouse effect, you know? You missed the crow pun, TTS? Oh, wait. Once a rock is on one of those, we can't move it. Really now? Huh. Okay. That was funny. Hold up. Watch this. Wait for it. The devs thought about it. It slides the rock out of the way. That's smart. Alright, we have to go this way. I could have just done that. Yeah, they knew. 100%. Thinking with portals, chat. How do we get this one? I have to get a boulder. Oh, we have to do the same thing all over again, but I have to use the boulder to it. Oh, I understand. I understand. The boulder. All right. Roll the boulder. There we go. I like how this is still just 3 rooms, and it's getting dramatically more complicated. Like, I really, really like this, actually. You can see they put a little lip there, too, to make it so that it was harder to roll it off the edge. What if they got that as feedback from players of like, oh, the boulder rolled off the edge too easy? There we go. It's not a boulder, it's a rock. Why are you like this? I swear to God. The final chevron is ours. It's not a rock, it's Dwayne the Rock. There. Let's see. Although that's not Dwayne the Rock. This is Dwayne the Rock. Different. Let's see what we have here. I could go up this way. Purple is connected to that, so we can land on that. We gotta drop a boulder on the dome. This could hook to that, but we need to get rid of yellow first. So I think the only option is this way. Do I want to drop it down there? I don't think I do. I think you just keep that box where it is. So I'll have to get it to the middle somehow, yeah? There's only one real option here, it's this. I don't think we have to drop it to get the feather, do we? Maybe we do. Yep. Aha! Now that's an interesting way to get that. That'll connect to that, which will connect to this. He can't climb that. There's no way. So maybe we do... We don't have the yellow one still. We have to connect it some other way. It's a slide 5-dimensional puzzle. Yeah. But it feels really good. I think what we can do is do this, and then get him moving. Because we can't move the boulder. Yeah. I think he needs to get the block. I think so. Because now that she's used it, we can do this, and then he can get the block. And then we can start moving that. But it's gonna fall into this, so we don't really have a choice but to use it for that right now. Because you can't pull it out of that pit. But we can do this. And then we'll have it in this room. And what could we do with it there? I might be able to use it. I don't think it'll slide down the dome. Like, I'm wondering if it slides down the dome here, so we put it there. Would that let me jump up on that? I don't know if it will. Can you get soft locked? I have no idea. Nothing's been soft lockable so far. That's the only real option right now. Yeah, I think the only real option is to see if we can drop it onto the bird. Because it'll fall in that pit. Let's try it. Boop. Or... I'm gonna split them off first. Oh, it can't go up that, actually. Alright. And I can't jump up this. Why did I put this here again? I had an idea. That idea did not work. F. Blue portal's a bit of a reset? Yeah. Okay, this can still fall through. So that's useful. We can unlock this. Let's grab that. And then we can go like this. There we go. There we go. That'll get rid of the yellow, so now we can push... We can push that. But how do we get blue to be open? I guess we don't need blue ever again, do we? Oh, wait. Better idea. I need to get the character out of here, actually. So I'm gonna have him jump down and reset. Because then we can put the box on this color. Are the feathers lives? No. No, the feathers are the puzzle. You need to get those. Here's the idea. The real question is, can we drop the box in a way that it lands on that other one? And the answer is, I have no idea. Because there's a little bit of an edge, but I don't know if it's... I feel like it's gonna fall, right? Like it's not gonna connect correctly. Like a glove. Wait. How do I push it back to the left? First off, give me that. Ah, no! I was hoping we could do that, because then I could have pushed it back over. Like this. Oh. Sad. Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing and then try to not screw it up. Hold up. And now she can get off of the blue one. Push it back? You can push it? What do you mean? No, you can't. It's on that edge. It's not gonna move from that edge. It's not gonna work. Connect the red zones? It's still on the edge of the lip. There's no... No matter what the combination is, the box stays in the same location. Like, it locks to that room, dude. There's nowhere to push it from the right. Yeah, you can't. I tried jumping from that little platform down there, you can't reach it. Why is the blue barrier there? I don't know. So we could break it, which we're about to. Yeah. You lost it, you're sorry? That's okay. I was just like, what? I was like, that's not true. We gotta do this with The Rock. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, report again. Hell yeah. Alright. I think it's all 3 feathers. We got everything we need. And we're out. There was no way to get the block up there. Although it would have been funny. Sick. Oh, wow. Oh, God. Ever more level. All right. Let's have the devs on. It is time.
Hello, I can hear you.
Cool. All right. So, if you want to explain to the audience who you are, what you're doing, what game is this, a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, sure. So hi, my name is Uruj. I work in the marketing team for Lost Twins 2. Lost Twins 2, as you have already seen, it's a puzzle platformer game with a unique twist where you can actually manipulate the environment inside the game. And some people end up in very difficult places. So like they kind of make it much more difficult than it needs to be. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I would be happy to answer any questions you guys have and anything you want to ask about the game.
Sure. I'm actually wondering how many people are working on this game.
So like the core team, I would say we have 2 devs, and then like we did part times with lots of people. So whenever we needed someone, so in total I would like 9, 10 most of the time.
Okay, so like a lot of contractors kind of in there.
I would say it's a fixed number because sometimes we needed people for animations and stuff. So we did hire some people for part time who did that stuff, and that we let them go.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, no, doing contract work makes complete sense inside of the space. Like nothing weird about that whatsoever. Super normal. I'm like, so with that, you have 2 primary devs and you have a bunch of contractors and that kind of stuff. What do those primary devs focus on? Are they more like the programming, writing, design, art, music? What kind of skill sets do they cover?
So there is our CTO, who is like the level designer, the main lead. So he's generally handles the game design for us. And then there are these 2 devs. One of them is like doing all the level settings and everything and the coding. And the other one is working on like optimizations and portings for different platforms, because like we are also on consoles and thinking about other platforms too and all that. So majorly their focus is on coding and like just setting up the game and the engine and everything like that. So for the art and stuff, we have artists, and the animation, they're all done by artists. And for music, we outsourced to a third-party studio, so they did all of our music and all the SFX for us.
Nice. Yeah, no, I mean, the result is very beautiful. Like, the game is incredibly pretty. So you guys have done an amazing job. How long has this been in development?
That's a tough question to answer. Like, where do I even start? Like, from the very day the idea came into our mind?
Yeah.
Or
oh, yeah.
the day we started?
From the very beginning, you know?
I think that would be probably the 2014, 2015.
So very, very long time.
When like when like the first Lost Twins was actually made. Since this is like a sequel. So obviously after the first was made, we were always thinking about making a part 2. But that took some time. And then like the official production on part 2 began in like the COVID era, so 2021, 2020. Somewhere around that. So, but yeah, it did take a long time from concept arts to, figuring out what we want, how like the new part has to look different from the old one. And
so I'm looking through on Steam. Lost Twins isn't, did you guys make that under a different studio name because it's not listed on Steam, or is it somewhere else? Let me see.
So the thing is that there was initially a studio, another studio called VR Play, where we all used to work. And like we made different games. Like most of the focus was on mobile games, so the first title was also released on mobile. It's still available there if anyone wants to go and search. And back then, I didn't think that we had enough resources or even enough skilled people to go on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
So after all those things happened, and then so like, we were always thinking that like how to make a sustainable business and stuff. And honestly, the gaming part, the games that we made weren't doing so well.
That's fair. No,
So
that happens, yeah. And you guys were
yeah,
doing
like
mostly
so
mobile
after like
development, you're saying?
yeah, so like after a reasonably like long time, I think there was a time when we thought that okay, yeah, these people have made these games, and like we are at a point that we can actually go for a second part. So like we took the team of like 7, 8 people who were like. So like the main person who has worked on like the Lost With Ones is also working on Lost With 2. So we took those people and formed an independent studio called Playdew. So that's the whole story behind it. So that's why the one part is under a separate dev name, but that studio is, I would say, also us.
It's still you guys, yeah.
Because like, yeah, it's still you guys, but we just came under a new name and like formed a separate entity from them. But like we are still very much together. We work in the same building, just a separate room. So
No, it makes sense completely. I'm interested, what would you say, because you work in marketing side, what would you say is the most difficult thing that you've had to face working on this game so far?
the market.
Generally, yeah. Well, yeah, elaborate on it. Talk to me about it. What is it that you have to, like, what's the most difficult thing you've had to deal on that side? Because usually a lot of people don't hear from the marketing side of stuff. They usually just hear from either developers or from players, right? And that's really interesting to me.
So like, I mean, with indies, it's always difficult. So like, everyone tells you, like post and social media and go viral, but like going viral is not like a recipe that do this and you will go viral and stuff.
No.
And with the indies, you have like very, very limited budgets. And for us, like I would say, we were operating on like zero budget. So like whenever we could like make some small things, we participated in shows and stuff. So the biggest hurdle was that. And then again, like when no one knows you, when you are like really new, so that's also like building an audience and everything, and then how the market responds, and how long you take to make the game, and like the trends change and everything. So like it's a lot, to be honest.
Yeah. No, that makes sense completely. I think that's one of the things a lot of people forget is many people believe a good game sells itself. No, it doesn't. Not even close.
I mean, it does work, but like to get to that point where it sells on itself, you have to get to that point, and reaching that point is not an easy task.
No, it's not like an instant. It's not a for sure thing just because the game is beautiful or just because the game is good. It's at that point you still have to tell people about it, and then people go, "Oh wait, this game is good." Then it can snowball. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, because people have to see it. If you don't have the money to show it, then it's gonna get buried.
Yeah.
No matter how beautiful or how good it is.
Makes sense. Makes sense completely. There's a lot of games that are like that too. Like, honestly, I'm really glad that you guys reached out to us because I wouldn't have known about this. I'd have no idea about this game otherwise. And you reached out to us, and now we have this here. And it's beautiful. What you guys are making is really pretty and very, very interesting. I haven't seen a puzzle mechanic like this before.
Actually, we really appreciate you guys like doing things like that, because if I haven't seen that tweet, we wouldn't have been there. And it was totally by chance that I saw that. I was like, oh, like something is happening. Let's participate.
Let's do it. Yeah. It's kind of funny too, because there were actually people in our community that already had your game wishlisted, and they're like, wait a minute, I know what this is. And I was like, I have no idea. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, no, that makes sense. I think marketing is a very difficult thing of making games. I really do. And it's something
that makes me a little happy. So like at least a few people do know me.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, Mahoodles actually knew in chat already about the game. She was like, I already had this wish listed. But like that's the thing for me is that's why we're doing Indiecember, is to make sure that we can showcase this kind of stuff. And some of the games that we show are like super early. They're not polished. They're not ready yet. And then there's games like this that are like, this is fantastic. You can just, the whole thing is already there. Yeah. Exactly. It's already out. You can go pick it up. Here, let me pull this up for you.
Yeah, we released it within 14th August. which is also like the Independence Day of our country. So we wanted to give it like a little Pakistani touch.
All right, so what were we talking about just before the ad break? My brain turned off. I guess we started talking about the achievements, but I didn't notice the achievements here, but you can actually access all these achievements in-game, and they look really nice. You guys have a bunch of icons and everything for these. There's a bunch of weird ones, too. Ropeless runners, so complete the level without using a rope. So they're like challenge modes on a per-level basis. I think that's actually really cool. But yeah, so in terms of marketing it, you guys have gotten... how much, let's see how much attention the game has gotten. So you released it in August. It's got 41 reviews so far. And it looks like it came out, it's out fully and it's 50% off right now. How do you feel the reception has been so far?
Been pretty good for the budget we spent on it.
Mm-hmm. Was it a very expensive game?
So yeah. Like it really depends for like what you consider expensive, but yeah, it has fairly good budget that we spent on it.
Okay, if you're not comfortable talking about the budget, that's totally fair. we've got a lot of devs in the community, like a huge amount of people. So
I'm
it's
not
always
sure if I should be talking about that. It's not that
Totally
I'm not
fine.
allowed to, but I'm not sure.
It's totally fair because it's always one of those things where people don't know, you know, and like what I try to do a lot of the times with our community is show people the realities of game development, whether it's the cost or
I could give like a
marketing
rough
stuff.
estimate. I would say like the rough estimate would be like around 200 to 300K.
Yep, that makes sense. I could see that. A lot of people don't realize either. They think like, oh, it's, you know, it's not super expensive to build a game when you're doing that kind of a thing if you're doing it as a studio, but it can get very expensive very quickly. Yeah, it can cost an arm and a leg, 100%.
It would have been built cheaper. I'm totally there because if we have taken like assets from stores and stuff, but the thing is we decided to make everything by hand. So like each piece of the game is like built in-house. That's why it took us such a long time.
Makes sense completely, and it's the result is beautiful. So like I think for me at least, it makes sense completely in terms of cost. And I'm glad you guys made this game, and I hope that it does really, really well because it's beautiful and it's got a really interesting game mechanic. So I'm interested in is this your guys' complete vision for the game? Do you think that there's more that you want to add to it? Maybe more levels, maybe something beyond that?
Yeah, so we did add some more levels like a month ago. So we introduced a new mechanic where there's water inside the game, so you can swim, and there's buoyancy and stuff. So we introduced a new puzzle mechanic, and we're also planning a new update around Christmas time. It might be released sooner, who knows. So it will also, but there's no, probably not new levels, but we will try to bring some chill vibes to the game.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys put out for this because it's very pretty overall. Did you? Oh yeah. How does it work with two controllers with map switching? Who gets control over the map when it's using two controllers? Because I don't have two controllers, so I couldn't test that.
Yeah. So whoever changes the map first.
That makes sense.
Like anyone can change. Anyone can change at any time. Actually, it's even if the first player changes the map, and then the second player tries it, will change back. So there's no locking in that. So I think it's more something that can cause fights, but like
it's fair. Yeah.
The game is called Lost Twins, so so you know our basic idea is like sit with your family, sit with your friends, and like try to strengthen your bond. Do not fight. Hopefully, you try. You have enough connection to know that let's play without toggling too much.
That's funny. What brought about this art style? Because it's rare to kind of see like 2.5D games where you have a 3D environment in 2D, and the animation on the characters is just incredibly smooth.
In the beginning, we went for 2D with 2D. And like, you know, we were inspired from all the Ghibli studio and stuff like that. And, you know, our characters and some of the things still look the same, but other things have changed a lot. But we were like, nah, it's not like really clicking. We were like, let's do something 3D. And then we changed things, which is why, again, it took us a long time.
It sounds like you're getting too far away from your mic. Sorry, your voice is going down in volume. What'd you say on that last piece?
So So I was saying that, yeah, we changed that we wanted to do something 3D because we were like, it's not looking good.
Yeah.
So we did 3D and we changed everything. So new buildings, new stuff, new art. And then to the point we were satisfied that, okay, this is good, looking good now. And that's how it happened. Because originally the plan wasn't really there to go 3D, but after some time we were like, it's not looking good. We have to go
Yeah.
3D.
So building it into the 3D environment was actually a change later on.
Yeah.
That's really interesting, actually. And yeah, the studio is from Pakistan. Are you guys actually based in Pakistan?
Yeah, all of us are in Pakistan.
Tell me a little bit about that, because I don't know anything about the indie scene in Pakistan at all, actually. Like, I don't think I've heard of a Pakistani indie studio before. Is that very common there, or is there not a lot of studios doing this stuff?
There are not a lot of studios. I would say like recently there are more studios coming out, but like back in, when we talk about the time when this studio was established back in 2014, there was like 2 studios in the whole country. And no one even knew about game development. Like recently, just like the universities have started offering game dev degrees. There are some, government has given some attention because it all happened due to the, I would say, COVID, because everyone was at home and gaming was booming. So like suddenly, people got some attention. Okay, this is also an industry. So recently there are some studios open up. So like there are around, I would say, 200 to 300 studios in the country, but majority of them is focusing on mobile game development.
Makes sense.
We have like two to three big studios who are focused on outsourcing stuff, making their own games. Some have also experimented with console stuff. And recently I have also seen a lot of solo indies launching their games on Steam.
Yeah.
But it's not I won't say it's a huge market, but like we recently discovered this and like people are getting into this and we are trying to build the ecosystem.
That's really good. That's actually really good. It's one of the things where it's always nice to see other parts of the world telling stories, stuff that you wouldn't expect. You'll get so many stories out of it that you just never heard of before, And I love that.
Yeah, so like things have changed a lot. Like if we go like back like even 5-6 years, it was very difficult to even find a programmer or a developer. Like there was no skilled resource available. It's gotten much better now.
Yeah.
But still, like it's difficult.
That's honestly fantastic, though. I mean, you're showing others that this is a path that they can take. We've seen similar stuff actually in Brazil, because Brazil has had a lot of economic changes around like financing and funding indie studios regarding like how they get taxed and things like this recently. And there's just been an explosion of studios in Brazil because of it. It's actually really amazing. So like finding out all the different countries that are very much so getting into indie development now or have a rising amount of studios is it's fantastic. I love it. And we're going to get so many cool stories.
There's a lot of potential. So, but the thing is that people don't know how to do things. So there's a lot of self-learning involved. There's no one to teach you because there's no one who did it before. So you have to learn everything by yourself, which is a hard process.
Yep.
And many people give up along the path.
They do. Yeah. And it's one of the things is we have a bunch of resources for people. And like the cost of resources a lot of the times, like, buying tutorials and everything like that, it's just terrible. So like we try to put out as much free stuff as possible because it's like, how are you going to afford it otherwise? Like it's way too expensive, and knowledge should be free, I feel, at least on the internet. It's how it should be. But it's nice to see.
But then if you think that also the knowledge makers also have to earn some way.
They do. That's true.
So it's like never fair.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the things that's really interesting about doing streaming, right? Is I can put all this stuff to the internet and I can make all of that free, and then people watch the stream and we get paid an ad revenue. And if they throw bits and subs. So it's like one of those things that's kind of interesting as we live in a time in content creation now where there are other options that didn't really exist before. Which I find that to be fascinating as well. I'm interested in, especially from the marketing side, what do you feel is the target audience for this game?
So, like we wanted to give like a cozy kind of feel, nothing, because, when we started picking, the world was in chaos. Everything was like going terrible. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to give a feel where you can just like log in and relax. Like, you don't die. Nothing happens. Even if you leave the game open for 24 hours, it will still be there waiting for you.
Mm-hmm.
then a bit of a brain challenge because what we generally see in the puzzles, at least on the mobile side, it's literally three matched puzzle games or stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we wanted that, like let's move away, let's try
something
a
else.
bit more hardcore. I won't say that it's too hardcore, but like something different from the traditional puzzles that we see on mobile.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what we wanted. So like it's for puzzle lovers, pretty much for everyone. I would say like it might be a bit difficult for like younger kids, but like everyone at any age, I think they can simply play it. Just sit back, relax, don't worry about anything. And like if you're tired, just don't even play. Just watch the beautiful environments, enjoy the music.
No, that makes sense. I think that's really awesome, honestly, because there are a lot of match 3 puzzle games on mobile. You're right. Like I play a ton of mobile games personally. Usually idle games is kind of what I'm after, but like, yeah, you're completely correct there. It is a massive, massive amount of those. And I think that expanding that genre is actually a really interesting thing because it's not common. People usually stay kind of in a lane. They don't really want to, take the chance, I think, a lot of the times.
Honestly, when we started making the game, we weren't thinking commercially. I would say like, but the dev we told the devs like, make something you want to make, like just enjoy the development.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like, yeah, we like the idea, we want to make it. Not because like, I mean, obviously we want people to buy it, but like that wasn't like the major goal, I would say. It was more like, like something people can enjoy and like, I like it, I want to make it. So that sort of thing.
No, it makes sense completely. Yeah. I mean, you have to have passion for what you're building, and it seems like you guys absolutely do.
And even with passion, like there comes a time when you're like, oh, I'm so done with this.
That's fair. Yeah, that is completely fair. Hopefully you guys aren't at that.
Then again, we tried to make it accessible for everyone. So like, there's no text in the game. There's nothing like anything. So like, it's pretty much universal. So like, you don't have to learn another language, or we don't have to localize it. That's also a plus for us. But like, anyone can simply understand by seeing what's in front of them, that what they want to do. You don't have to read long lines, do things like that.
Yeah, no, makes sense completely. And I did notice that. It was one of the things I was first like, wait a minute, they're not doing any, they don't have to do any localization with this whatsoever. Like, at all. Which is great, because you just have so little. It's just UI, and they use symbols for everything. If we go into the menu here, you see everything on this is symbols. So you've cut down your localization budget into the floor.
That also become like a challenging after some point, because like for the main things you use the universal symbols, all right. But when it comes to other things, then you're like, okay, like what do I do here? What do I do here?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, how do you convey what you're trying to do? Like, what is this?
Everything, yeah.
And that's the privacy policy.
How do you convey everything to symbols?
Yeah, it's one of the most difficult things, is trying to find a way to do that.
Even I don't remember half of them, so yeah, it's totally okay if you do it.
A good idea, but a tough one to implement, for sure.
Yeah, tough one to implement, because we have to test it several times. So like, we because still, even after using that, there are people who won't get it. So we have to test, okay, if a reasonable amount of people understand it, then it's okay to go with it.
Makes sense. I love that this has turned into like a time trial thing. Oh yeah.
It's this level is much easier if like it's co-op, but for single player it becomes a bit difficult to.
Makes sense.
Because you have to switch.
Yeah, I'm interested. Is this like, what engine did you guys use for this?
We made it in Unity.
Really? Yeah, no, it's fantastic for that too. I'm actually really impressed with this. The swapping rooms is so interesting for this. I think the only time I could ever think of another game that I've seen that does anything like that, even in that direction, would be like Fez. And it's nowhere near the same. It's like much, much simpler in terms of mechanic and way more readable. Yeah, it's very clean. It's incredibly clean.
Yeah, so we played like around, I would say, 100, 200 puzzle games to get ideas So how we can how to do this. So the puzzles in the game come from a lot of. So like if someone asks what's the inspiration, there's not a single inspiration.
Fair.
Like it has come from all over the place, and we watched movies, we watched different stuff, and like all the art and stuff is from you can see Disney movie, Lord of the Rings. We looked into Chinese architecture and like whatnot.
Try
We
and make
watched
it
Elvish
feel
movies and
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
And there's like Google searches for like like pretty cool fantasy designs and stuff, and then oh yeah, let's make something like that.
I actually love this too. The fact that you guys have rounded environments like this, usually not seen in platformers. A lot of the times, it flows and it looks pretty and it feels smooth across all of this stuff. It just feels good. I think that's one of the things about it is it feels good to play, on top of looking good. Platform.
A straight would have been like I think too boring.
Yeah, no, let's super agree. Yeah, the colors and lighting are nice. I agree. So you said that you looked into Chinese architecture for this. How many, like, what would you say is the biggest inspiration for the game in terms of artistic vision? Because I think it's interesting you guys looked into different cultural kind of like architectures for this to make that feel right.
So that part came when we introduced the bird in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And since the bird was like the Feng Hong, that's from the Chinese, lore, or like what they think about, like it brings good luck, prosperity, and stuff. So we're like, why not like make a zone filled with something, that also reflects that part of thing. So we searched all kind of design, like what would buildings look like, how it looked like in the royal era, or how it looks like in the Chinese games, or like journaling, a lot of different stuff.
No, that makes sense.
And then how it just came.
And how can you fit it into the game in a way that feels compelling, kind of a thing?
And then we also changed a lot of things where we were like, nah, it's becoming a bit too much. So
you got to the point where it was actually
time.
like you've cooked too much. You've tried too hard to do that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
What would you
because
say?
We didn't even want to look like an exact replica of things. Like we didn't want to like copy stuff. We wanted to just like give a touch. Otherwise, it would look like we just put things right out of some place into the game, and that's not really.
No, that makes sense completely. So I'm interested. You said that you cut a lot of stuff out of the game. You tried some things that was like way too much, right? What would you say is the most interesting thing that got cut from the game to you?
They were mechanics, but like we did introduce them. Like we did give the water update. Now we originally we cut it from the game because it felt too difficult.
Really?
And like people were spending like 2 to 3 hours per level, and we toned it down, made levels much easier.
Yeah, that's quite a lot. Yeah, 2 to 3 hours in a single level is pretty rough.
So the level you were doing just before the interview, where you have to like move the boulder to the portals. When I did that level for the first time, I spent like 2 hours on that. I was like, what is happening?
Was it like super difficult at the time? Did it change a lot?
It wasn't difficult, but the thing is that while playing through the game, when you reach that level, the mechanic is pretty much in the back of your head. You don't focus that I even have to shift things.
That makes sense.
So generally, it doesn't just come to your mind that I have to reach right in front of you though. And
that makes sense.
The official level was actually 5 tiles. Right now, all the levels are like 3 tiles.
It was a total of 5 back in the beginning. That's a lot. That would be so much more complicated.
Not all levels were 5, like the last ones, like 10, 11, just to reach the next. So they were 5. They consisted of 5 tiles, and like some of our early play testers enjoyed them. But then we cut them out because like they were getting too difficult and stuff. But that was something I really liked. I'm sad that they got cut out of the game, but yeah, that was really enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because, like,
Moving
if it's that, I mean, not only would that be more difficult, but I would assume that the development time of a level like that would go up dramatically.
Yeah, definitely. It was really interesting, but it requires some like real brain juice because you're moving around 5 pieces. Everyone is sticking to everyone, and you don't know what to do anymore.
Yeah,
So
that makes sense completely.
then we were like, yeah, we need to make things a bit easier because it was getting too tough. There's still some levels I think that require some time, but then there are some very clever players who are like speedrunners. They're finishing the game in like so quickly. We are shocked at how do they do this.
Speedrunners will always blow you away. Every time.
Yep. Like even as devs, we after if I don't play like for a week or something, I go back and I forget half of the levels, how to solve them.
Yeah, it's always the case. Is no matter what, the speedrunning community is always going to surprise you. They are absolutely wild.
Yeah, so we have been trying really hard to figure out like the estimate gameplay time for the game, but each time we are like, yeah, it's totally skill dependent, to be honest, at this point.
That makes sense. I mean, like you'd have no idea, what that player is capable of, and it would change completely based on that. I could see that.
For me, I finished like the whole game in like my total playtime is like 11-12 hours, I guess.
That makes sense.
That is when like I have actually seen the game in development. I have seen how to solve it.
So you already know how to do it, kind of thing.
So I already know a lot of stuff.
So you'd think the amount of clear time would be dramatically less, or dramatically more for somebody who hasn't seen it all before, basically.
Yeah, more for someone who hasn't played, like who doesn't play his puzzles, and doesn't know the mechanics of seeing it for the first time. But like for puzzle players, it can be even less because most of the things are available in various puzzle games. Like people are familiar with the mechanics already.
Yeah, that makes sense. And there is like I'm pretty familiar with these mechanics because it's a lot of physics related stuff. But some of these are actually pretty. I don't know. It's weird because I've never seen this sort of a puzzle game, right? Like I've never seen this, where you have the necessity of like moving the entire map around over and over again. Like that's really interesting. Playtime doesn't equal enjoyment. That's true. That is true. The amount of playtime is.
That's the fun part about it, and like even the devs sometimes, building each level was a hard thing, to be honest, because we have to test. Okay, is this even working? Is the puzzle solvable?
Can you soft lock yourself? Get stuck in a wall.
Yeah.
Put a boulder in a weird spot. I saw there's like a circle arrow. Is that to reset the level in case something goes wrong?
Yeah, we actually intentionally also blocked some paths in the levels because when we were playtesting, people went down those paths and the levels kind of became not unsolvable, but too difficult at that point that they will be spending hours and hours to figure out what to do now.
That makes sense. Yeah, there was I noticed there was a spot where I could have rolled a boulder off the edge accidentally and you guys put a little lip on it, and I was like, I bet somebody complained about that. I was like, I bet that came up in playtesting.
Yeah, we blocked it intentionally, so because if you go down there, then yeah, you gotta spend the rest of your life trying to figure it out.
That's funny. Oh, we got ads. We got ads for the next 2 minutes. Now, this is very, very good, by the way. And I hope you tell the rest of the team that. And I hope the rest of the team are taking that to heart, because it's rare to find simple puzzle mechanics like this in a way that is readable, but also very deep and interesting. You guys are doing something really, really cool here.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Go drink water, chat. Do it. Hydrate. Challenge runners tend to find the stitches of the games, but we're okay with it. Yeah, no, that's true. Speedrunners will always rip the game apart. And it's the same thing with stuff that we work on, is the speedrunners destroy anything that I'll ever make. It's what that community does. They're great at it.
It's kind of fascinating because, you're just like going through and solving stuff.
Mm-hmm. But they do it so... I think my favorite thing
They do it so well.
Yeah. My favorite thing I've seen with that is I've got a buddy named Simple Flips, and he plays Super Mario 64. And he's a streamer, and he speedruns. And he knows basically every way to break the physics engine of that game that you could possibly imagine. And he hopped into another 3D platformer like Super Mario 64, but from today's age, and immediately broke the physics of the game. Because there are similarities between those two different games that allowed him to be like, I know how this works. And just instantly broke through the walls, was able to like fly at infinite speed and like just destroyed it. And I was like, that is
Please
the most...
don't do that.
Yeah, I was like, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And it's just because both
because
of them.
if you guys do that, our devs gonna be frustrated.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, that's the whole point, right? Like I've seen people break our games in ways that I was just like, you know what? You can keep that one. That's yours. It's just like, what is that? Was it Hat in Time? No, it wasn't actually.
You know, usually we do test those scenarios and we are like, oh yeah, no one is gonna do that. Come on, just leave it.
Yeah,
and then there comes that one pesky player who actually does that and
There always
actually
is.
reports it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they, okay, fine, you did it. All right. Then they start announcing it to the whole world, and you are like, okay, calm down.
It's like, wait, we know it's broken. Please stop it. But no, it ends up being just a funny thing. And like, if as developers you guys respond and just be like, yeah, that's broken, cool, we fixed it. You know, like that's it. That's all that needs to happen.
Because, those things are like actually not that easy to fix, and like, you know, sometimes our players are expecting like you fix it like within 24 hours. Sometimes it takes months to fix those things.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's really interesting to me is players always think, just fix it. It's like, oh, we are. It's taking time. Yeah.
Exactly, and we're like, oh shit, they find it out now.
It's like a deep physics bug, you know, and like there's nothing you could really do about it.
Yeah, because like when you try fixing it, it like changes other things, and then the other things stop working, and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, we had a talk about that the other day. It's like, oh yeah, I decided to add physics to this plant, and the whole world explodes now every time I log in. Great. Like that's just welcome to game dev. Like,
yeah, it's from the same game. Like the player actually fell into a void, and it's an endless void, and we don't know why it's falling.
oh wow, yeah. So they just managed to fall like off the map, kind of a thing. That's
yeah.
Yeah, that is how that goes. And how these puzzles are formatted, because they're very unique, and the way that this feels is very unique, and it's not really what I expected at all. I think you guys have done an amazing job. What do you guys have to ask, Chet? Reddit headline, Thor makes indie devs do.
Feel free to ask any questions.
Yeah, go for it. Really well-balanced game, I agree. How many bugs end up as features? I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot. We'll let you get. How do you feel about that? Yeah, a lot. No, honestly, it's one of those things where it's like, I find a lot of the times if you find a bug, it'll give you an idea for something. It's like, well, that looks weird.
Perfect answer. That's a perfect answer, because like at some point we lose count.
Yeah.
That's how many of them are really going out there.
There's always something that kind of surprises you when you're working on something, and it may not work the way that you intended, but you go, but wait a minute, this could be really cool if, and now your bug has turned into a feature. You've made another thing, you know? Did you guys have a hard time designing these puzzles? Would you say that's the most difficult aspect of this?
Not really. I mean, because like we all had the part one, so you know we knew what to do, and we have also learned something from our mistakes back then. So like what to do this time. So we properly mapped each level, and actually had like paper maps of each level, so we knew what things were where, and you know, prototyping and stuff. And we did a lot of playtesting. Like the game went up for playtesting in 2022, and actually like there might be some streamers who played it at that time, and you can actually see the 5-star levels. They might be somewhere lying around on YouTube or somewhere. And we, you know, also playtesting helped us improve a lot of the level designs and see how things were working, what people were liking, what they were not liking. A lot of suggestions came out of there, which we implemented. But generally from starting from the scratch, yes, it is hard, because this is a kind of game where you just can't like type a code and the levels get generated on their own. This is something that you have to make each level by hand and actually figure out that it actually works.
Yeah. That's something that I find to be really interesting is a lot of people are like, oh yeah, roguelikes, just build roguelikes. And it's a lot of roguelikes have procedurally generated environments or procedurally generated levels now. So a lot of the lion's share of the work on that game is going to be in balance and kind of creating powers. In a game like this, it's not really balance and creating powers, it's more level design because you have to hand build every environment kind of a thing. And I find that to be, it's always interesting because the answer to like what is most difficult for this game is going to be different every single time.
Then again, like when the game was initially planned, the co-op feature wasn't planned in the initial game. We added it on later on.
Mm-hmm.
And when we added the co-op, all the levels were unbalanced again.
That's funny.
So yeah, we had to redesign the levels again, and sometimes I do feel there are some levels that still feel a bit unbalanced. That's like a con of it, adding a feature last minute.
Yeah, that makes sense. What is your favorite level in this game?
That would be in the last zones. The levels with the piano and like the toy zone level where everything is literally out of a theme park.
That sounds really interesting.
Those are like my favorite levels.
That's an interesting question. How did you guys what was the story of founding this studio, right? Because you guys started making mobile games first. What got you into building mobile games in the first place? Was it a very small team? Was it like a passion project thing?
Because, actually, originally we were just like an outsourcing studio. So, like, we were making games for other people, other developers. Yeah. And so we like, why not try making something of our own? Like, why don't do it ourselves? So, in outsourcing studios, there's always like when there are not enough projects, there are people who are just sitting there. And you have two options, either put them to work or lay them off. So we decided to put them to work and like start making something.
That makes sense, and that is usually the case. Is you put people to work or you lay them off, and there's not really any choice there. It's one of the things I've talked to the community about before is some of the harsh realities of that are you either lay some people off or you lay everybody off. Kind of how that goes, because you got to make sure that the studio sticks around. If you don't have anybody working on stuff, there's no job.
So that's pretty much how it started, and yeah, I made some games for other studios. Tried to experiment and over, and then because it was an outsourcing thing, we also wanted to like develop the skills of our own team. So making projects is always a good way to do that.
Yeah.
And so like try new things, like make a ridiculous game. We don't care if it doesn't sell or something. Try it to improve yourself and learn new stuff from making whatever you want to make. That's like that was the main goal behind that.
That's rare to even get the opportunity to do that, though, is to build something that you can just, have fun building.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you guys got the opportunity to do that.
So like over the years, we have tried many different things. Like we ventured into VR and stuff, and like all sorts of technologies. I think it's a good thing. Like even for the team, like to build skills, to learn new things.
Chet, are there any other things you want to know about this game, or about the studio, or about what they're doing? Do you guys have any other games in the works?
We do, but they are not announced yet, so I'll keep it under wraps. And we have some games out there that are in playtesting phase, but they're not available in each region.
Okay.
So if you're lucky, go ahead and find that out.
That's actually really interesting. So you already have playtests out, but they're hidden.
Someone I think asked about Twins 3. I think it's too early to say anything about that. we need to see how the Twins 2 do first, and then, maybe.
Yeah, is there a lore or storyline of the characters? Because I did notice that there's not really any story that's explicitly stated. It's more just, this is happening.
There's not something written, of course. But when you start the game, like both of the characters are in their rooms, in their actual house. And then you follow the wisp to the, I would say, the living room, and there's this bird, and then you get teleported into the world of the Phoenix.
Yeah, so that was the very, very beginning of it, and we did see the cutscene. But is there like a reason behind that, or is it just that's the start?
The reason is that like the world of the Phoenix is in like broken form, so it brought the kids into its world. So they are collecting these feathers, which are like the life force, and they bring it down to the phoenix. And when you clear the zone, you can see like the phoenix bird that is in the levels menu. It changes color and it comes back to life, and the whole background changes into a, I believe, pre-chaotic world.
Mm-hmm.
So you are pretty much like saving the world here. That's the story. And other than that, yeah, it's also like about family bonds and stuff. Like you are, both the players are like in the separate spaces in the level. You have bring back them together, and then in the next level they get separated again.
That makes sense.
So that's also like that you have to make effort to come together and stuff. Like there can be much deeper meanings as much as you want to make. We also wanted it to leave it to interpretation of the players, that we don't want to have any fixed story.
You want it to be
So like
very
look
simple.
at the level.
Yeah.
Like look at the backgrounds, look at the levels, what's happening. So you will also know there are hints in the background. So when you start at the first level, it's in a snowy world, and you are entering actually a castle environment. So like the first level starts in an open environment, and then you start going inside the castle. So you will also see the shift in the environment. It's outdoor and then it goes indoors, and then when you enter the forest, you actually exited from the castle and you are now in the forest now.
Mm-hmm.
And even in the forest, like you will go through various levels and you will see like it's day and night, and then there will be levels where you will see the buildings. When you started, they were like this Chinese architecture and stuff. It was like ruins and stuff.
Yeah.
And now you are much deeper in the forest. Now it's like dark and there are more trees and mushrooms and stuff like that. And by the time you will be leaving the forest zone, the environment would have also changed again. Like it will be shifting towards the next zone.
Makes sense. Yeah, no, I've seen so far, it seems like there's kind of a cohesive environment that I'm moving through. So it does feel like that. And it feels really, really nice
also,
for that.
Also for the environments, like we wanted to like think of it like a kid's world, something from a kid's imagination. So all our 3 zones, the first one is of a frozen castle. We wanted to bring out like all the Disney princesses and that stuff. Like, when you are a kid, you're always reading those stuff about princess and princesses and dragons and whatnot. And then moving on to the second, again from the childhood nostalgia, like forest, magical beings and stuff. So like the third zone is all about like theme parks and like this. So there you will see actually life-size kid toys, and you will see slides, and you will see fans, and literally stationary items.
So basically just
So
like the most fantastical environments you can think of. Is what you guys'
so like
idea.
things from like a kid's imagination, like
That makes
what
sense.
they think about the world, and how they think about saving the world, and like this will be there and this will be there, and like there are like huge teddy bears sitting in the background. Then of course we added the water update where we didn't really follow any theme. So we just put those levels there as a bonus for whoever wants to try the new mechanic.
Yeah, you guys are doing... Honestly, this is fantastic. I'm interested... so you said that you added the water update. Are there any other planned updates for more stuff? For more content for the game? Or is this kind of like... you feel good about it now?
I mean, it really depends. It really depends on the player feedback, because like what we released, we were like satisfied. Yeah, this is what we want to release. If the players, buy it, we get good feedback. We will release more stuff. There's no problem. We'll just make more levels for you guys. But the thing is, like, we need to have you need to see that it's sustainable. It's worth it to work beyond that point. And yeah, we're definitely doing a update for the Christmas. So there might be some new stuff coming out soon.
That always makes sense, because it's one of the things of like, to get an update for a game, you need to make sure that it actually is going to be financially viable to do so. And that it's not going to, damage the studio in terms of value. Well, is there anything else you want to leave the community with before you head out?
You can join our Discord server or like follow us on our socials to get all the updates. And right now it's 50% off, so
that's true.
It will be 50% off for some time.
Yeah, thank you for coming on, and I hope you guys do well. I really do. I hope more people find out about the game because of this, because it is, to me, it's mostly just it's very surprising how clean it is. There's nothing that felt weird. Yeah.
And I wish everyone good luck, and that's Happy Christmas and Happy New Year just in advance. Oh, have a good time. Bye bye.
Yeah. Happy Christmas to you and Happy New Year to you. Thank you for being on. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.